Hey everybody, I'm Greenhavak,
And I'm Cynize.
and this is ESHQ's Good Luck, Have Fun.
Justice reigns from above.
No one can hide from my sight.
友人の剣をくれ
Cheers, love! The cavalry's here!
And welcome everybody to ESHQ's Good Luck, Have Fun, where we're going to be giving you our picks for who's going to be taking home the wins of the week. This is Saturday the 20th, and it kicks off big.
My word. These two beasts clashing on the final day, but the first match. I am so excited about this. LA Valiant versus London Spitfire is going to be a beautiful game.
I 250% agree, and that's why for me personally, I'm giving it my game to watch. If you have time, watch it live. If you don't, make sure you watch that when you can, because there's no way that this match is going to disappoint.
If you want to improve your game, improve your team play, watch this game, study it, figure out what they're doing, because they're going to bring out all the stops.
We've seen great looks from both the Valiant and the Spitfire. We've seen them mix up their rosters. We've seen them play off meta. We've seen them play pure meta. Who do you have for this matchup?
You know, both these teams have such incredible players, and Valiant was incredible the first week. London Spitfire was also equally incredible. This one was probably the hardest game to call in the entire week. But I have the LA Valiant going in overtime and taking it 3-2 against the Spitfire.
Okay, you know what? I very much agree with how close this game is. It was a really, really hard time for me to choose, and ultimately, I will admit that I did get a little team bias, as the fact that I like the Spitfires and I am rooting for them because I could see this game going either way. I really could. I had them both sitting. I was sitting there. I'm thinking this is going to overtime. This game is going to overtime. It has to. Mm-hmm. Who's going to win in overtime? And something in my gut said the London Spitfires, if it goes to overtime, London Spitfires are going to take that overtime map. So I'm going with the London Spitfires 3-2. And you know what? I love a match that on paper is so even that it just comes down to what does your gut tell you about who's going to win?
You have to follow it. If your body was telling you an answer, you have to follow it and just throw out all reason aside. And really, you're not throwing away any reason, because that's how close these two teams are in skill.
So we got one of your preferred teams going up next. We've got the LA Gladiators taking on New York Excelsior as game 2 of week 2.
You know, LA Gladiators have really become my second favorite team. Their color, it's royalty. It is beautiful. They're purple. You see it washing over you, just explosions everywhere, and you just see the royal purple, and you're just like, oh, I'm happy to be destroyed by them. and you know what? The Excelsiors, they are an absolutely fantastic team. Their game sense, their mechanics, their ability, and just in general is great. If anything, they can stand up to Valiant, Spitfire, and Dynasty with their individual skill alone.
Okay.
That's what I feel like. And the Gladiators as a team, they are one of the best, working together, having their strategies down. So this was also a very difficult game to call.
There's a duality to it. You know, you've got a team that is very team-centric, good mechanically, but you're nothing to write home about,
Sure.
and a team that is just absolutely on point with their mechanical skills, but doesn't quite have that just super glue team mentality.
Oh, completely. And we talked about how the Excelsiors, they have room to grow, and all of, like, their teamwork and everything, it's base level, but they are definitely a team to watch later on when they get that team skills in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I really think, however, the Excelsiors are going to take it 3-2. Even though the Gladiators have those strategies, they have, that ability to see what their team is doing, the other opponents are doing, and take control of that. The Excelsiors are just going to be able to outplay them.
I think that's fair because I think they're really even teams. I would give New York a slight edge, but I think they're you could really see it going either way. But if it goes to a Game 5, I would give it to New York as well. I personally have it going a 3-1 for the New York Excelsior. So moving into our final game, we have the Boston Uprising versus the San Francisco Shock to wrap up Week 2. Who gets the last win of the week?
The San Francisco Shock, they're known for their aggressive plays. They're going to get in there. They're going to be brutal. They're going to try and mess up any strategy, any play that the opponents are coming up with. And I don't think the Boston Uprising is going to be able to stand up after that initial shutdown.
Okay.
So, I think the Boston Uprising, they might be able to win one game, but the San Francisco Shock is going to be able to take them with a 3-1.
Okay. I think that's fair. I have it going 3-2, and the reason for that is I don't think the Boston Uprising. I have it going to San Francisco to clarify. I have it going 3-2 to San Francisco, and the reason I say that is because Boston, I don't think has the mechanical skill set to shut down Baby Bay. Not truly. Maybe, harass, give him a hard time, force him to have to be great, but we've seen Baby Bay be great.
Yes.
So for me, I think the Boston's going to come really close. I think they're going to do better than people are going to give them credit for. But I do see it going to a Game 5, and in Game 5, I see San Francisco having just that slight edge in a few areas, play that advantage, and take that win.
Now, I'm interested in knowing any other additional notes for this final day that you have.
For me, if I had to give any final thoughts, I think the London Valiant game, so the Spitfires versus Valiant, I think that's going to send a pretty big ripple through the league. I think we're going to have to see the top level strategies and that next level performance has to come out for either one of these teams to win. And I have to say, again, with the New York, I gotta ask, can Pine keep it up?
I am really excited to see if he can. Was that a once-in-a-lifetime play on the well? Seriously, it's going to be impressive to see if he can keep it up. But I'm more excited. Mm-hmm. I'm more excited about seeing the Gladiators' strategies. What else do they have in their pocket? Can I take what they're doing and put it to my own gameplay? I'm really excited to see what their thought processes are on the maps that they play and see their reactions against the Excelsiors.
Okay, well, this has been fun. We've got our picks in, and this is obviously the final day of Week 2. And, you know what, guys? It's been a blast, and I can't wait to see how all of this plays out and ultimately to see which one of us has more calls correct. So we'll see you all on GG Well Played, but for now, good luck and have fun. If you like this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe and join the conversation down in the comments. It really helps us out a lot. And if there's any other content you would like to see from us, make sure to let us know because we're all ears here at ESHQ.